So what was the first application that you targeted when you took on this endeavor?
The first ones that we started with was with the mining applications and with the harbor applications, because you probably quite many remembers harbor applications was actually already before electrified by industrial frequency converters, and they were already using electric motors and drives. So that was already done in those days. So more or less it was quite easy to go there and start to work with a little bit more mobile, heavy duty, designed for that purpose, not how I would say that if you take an industrial drive, then you need to put a heavy-duty closet around it. So a cabinet that takes the vibration and all of that, but you can actually have a box that you can place anywhere. So it was quite easy, and also the customers were understanding what they are buying for. But if you went to the excavator company, they called the electrician in place who is procurement and say that, yeah, we have the radio and then we have the lamps. So what you are selling.
Yeah.
And then you told about the electric motor, and then they're like, okay, no need. Thank you for passing by. So, and at the same time, the mining is one of the applications where the underground mining is actually paying back really fast, because the relationship and excuse me if this is then somebody who knows it better. I am good with this kind of sleeve figures or thumb figures or whatever you call them. So that if you use $1 for diesel and use it in the gasoline engine inside the mine, underground mine, you need to use 100 torahs to ventilation.
So getting out the vapors and the gas, so you're not poisoning the workers.
Yeah, because it's so little airspace, and then to use it, because you need the oxygen to burn it, and then it's a toxic gas that comes out. Mm-hmm. So whatever you electrify, the payback comes from the ventilation, not actual to so there is already a method to pay it back immediately, because the ventilation came so much more cheaper. And that was a method that was starting. And then of course we started to look a lot of different kind of applications, stone crushers, wood chippers, harvesters, whatever we went through any kind of manufacturer of any kind of machine and interviewed and tried to sell and find out the reasons. But the problem was a little bit that the questions were that, well, can you tell us why the electric motor is turning anyhow? There's like no mechanical connection. So you didn't have anyone to sell the product, because there was nobody using those or buying those. So it has been taking a really long time to also that the market has been evolving, and the space of customers have been really seeing that, okay, the electrification is happening. And it is not because I went around to customers and told them, no, it was because the electric cars came there, and they saw that Tesla is actually faster than any gasoline car. So they really saw that, and then the owner was thinking of the excavator. Why I don't have the electric version of my excavator? Actually, why I'm using it in my car and not in there? And then the relationship started to, because the private people who were owning started to ask the right questions. And then it became as an opening to the market. So whatever I'm saying of the electric cars, and don't take me wrong, I love them, but in the business way, that was the door opener, not the one that you try to explain it to the people who have been working the last 25 years with the hydraulics and mechanics, because that machine was their baby. So that it's somebody who is not coming from the industry. I came from the dental X-ray systems, and telling that, okay, it takes me 5 months and your machine will be totally different. Just trust me. Well, who would do that? Well, it was a really, really hard start in that way. But nowadays, if you think, now there's quite many of the applications we have shown throughout the excavators, wheel loaders, name it, we have done it and shown it that it's the best machine of that type ever done. Not because it's electric, but because it's so high productivity. That's the change. So it's not about the cost. It's not about it's that the productivity of the machine increases so dramatically when you use electric motors and drives to do it.
I think we talk about, so first of all, it's fascinating that it took kind of public perception and the familiarity with electric vehicles as a high torque, high performance type application for people to get excited about it in these off highway applications. So that's interesting in itself. But I want to dig into kind of why would there be a productivity improvement, and why would that matter? So what's, I don't know, pick an application. What's the duty cycle look like, or the work on a given day, and why is an electric version more productive overall than a diesel version?
Yeah, I try to take an easy one to imagine, so that everyone can picture them in your mind. So let's take a stone crusher, crushing stones. It's a quite, so you can imagine that you have two rollers, and then you drop a big stone between them, and more or less these have those teeth, and it goes between these two crushing surfaces. And how it's done today, when you have not electric version, you have a diesel engine, and then you have some kind of connection between the crushing part, which is typically rolling. So they are turning big rollers there that are running, and you have a mechanical connections with the gears or with the belt or something. And then when the stone comes there,